It's another Local Licks episode of the Jim King of the TV show, Southeast Texas Style. Airing on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and streaming on YouTube. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, catch young singer-songwriter Parker Sanye live in Port Arthur. A huge thank you to Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources for their incredible support. This action-packed episode also brings you a classic honky-tonk Texas fabulous flashback. Honor's brand new video, our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week straight from Nashville.
Hey y'all, it's Honor. Stay tuned to hear my version of Midnight Train to Georgia right here on Jim King of the TV show.
And Frank Martin Gilligan takes center stage in the Royal Spotlight.
King of the Road.
Howdy friends, and welcome to the Jim King of the TV show, your number one stop for Southeast Texas entertainment. I'm Jim King of the Road, and you're tuned into the best little TV show in Texas. We've hit the social media sweet spot, and the numbers prove it. In just 7 months, we've skyrocketed to 5.2 million monthly views across Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Plus, we passed 42,000 Facebook followers, all thanks to you. Your support means the world. And here's more big news. After years of hard work, we're just 6 weeks away from our 1,000th episode. A dream come true and a milestone I can hardly believe that we're about to reach. Huge thanks to the amazing artists who have joined us, our loyal advertisers, and most of all, you, our royal viewers. Let's not forget King's Country Internet Radio, streaming 24/7 from Beaumont, Texas, where real country music lives. From legends to today's stars, it's all killer and no filler. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. Tune in anytime on your computer, smartphone, smart speaker, or Bluetooth-connected car through TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, or at kingscountry.net. Don't miss the Jim King of the Radio show, middays packed with music, memories, and plenty of fun. And of course, King's classic clips 24/7. Now ride shotgun with me back to Port Arthur as we shine the spotlight on 16-year-old singer-songwriter Parker Sanye. We always cruise Cadillac style on Southeast Texas TV, internet, radio, and social media. We're everywhere.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road show.
Oh, hi, to the time.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words or bonds, or an ink stain that is left upon some line that keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory. It keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on the columns now that bind me, or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when I walk upon some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. It keeps you ever gentle on my mind.
Parker Sanye, good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you too, man.
16-year-old Parker Sanye, you're sounding good, man. You got a lot of confidence for a 16-year-old. I could barely speak when I was your age.
Well, I mean, I look at a lot of people like at stages and stuff, and I try to replicate that energy, you know. Even if I'm just sitting down, I try to see. I mean, I've seen people like do backflips on stage and stuff like that. That's what I strive to be, you know.
Yeah, an entertainer.
Exactly, not just a singer and a songwriter, but an entertainer.
When did you start singing?
I was 11 years old, and I decided to audition for Willy Wonka. in my town. I've never done any productions before, and I was just like, you know what, I'll do it. And I got Charlie my first time. So my first show, I got Charlie. I was like, whoa, maybe I can actually sing. And I also picked up guitar around COVID, so I was also 11 around that time too.
You have very supportive parents who actually drove you from Lake Charles today, and they come to all your gigs?
Oh yes, they're very, very supportive people, and they just they've helped me throughout my whole career. So I'm hoping they can do that for the future too.
If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a green dress, but not a real green dress, that's true. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you some art, a Picasso or a Garfunkel. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? If I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million, 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 I'd be rich.
This segment is sponsored by Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources.
Working hard from the sun up to the sundown, they can build it tall, they can tear it on down. They got the know-how, if you got the money.
At Texas Construction Resources, our main line of work, residential house pads and ponds, crushed concrete laydown yards, demolition work, land clearing, and anything that we can push as far as dirt, site prep, that's going to be our main focus.
The hands of a working man built this town. Cleared this timber and plowed this ground.
Coming up on the Jim King of the TV show, the Southeast Texas premiere of Honor's brand new music video. Our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week straight from Nashville.
Hey y'all, it's Honor. Stay tuned to hear my version of Midnight Train to Georgia right here on Jim King of the TV show.
A trip down memory lane with the Honky Tonk Texas fabulous flashback. Frank Martin Gilligan shine in the Royal Spotlight. And next, we'll take you backstage in Port Arthur, Texas for even more from Parker Sonia. It's another Local Licks episode of the Jim King of the TV show, Southeast Texas Style. Airing on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and streaming on YouTube.
Stay connected with the King of the Road Show at JimKingOfTheRoad.com. Winner of the Best Design, Content, and Broadcast Internet Video at the Press Club of Southeast Texas Excellence and Media Awards. There's plenty to do, see, and stream at JimKingOfTheRoad.com, including King's Country Internet Radio, segments from this TV show, the contest page, and King's Photo Gallery. Also click on links to Jim's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages. That's JimKingOfTheRoad.com.
Escape to Jackson Hill Park and Marina at Lake Sam Rayburn. Your lakeside paradise awaits. Enjoy premier boating, fishing, and picturesque views. Then unwind in our cozy cabins and savor delicious dishes at our on-site restaurant with full bar. Plus, join us for periodic special concert events where live music brings our community together under the stars. Create unforgettable memories at Jackson Hill Park and Marina. Visit us today and let your adventure begin.
Is your house or roof dirty? Let the professionals at Frog Wash Pressure Washing bring your biggest investment back to life. Don't take a risk doing it yourself. Let the Soft Wash specialists clean your roof, house, vinyl siding, hard plank, and windows with low pressure and specialized chemicals. Check out our past jobs and reviews on our social media page. Our work speaks for itself. Insured and A+ rated by BBB. Call Frog Wash Pressure Washing for your free estimate today.
If you know this next one, definitely sing along. Well, it was all that I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain But you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. You don't have to call me Waylon Jennings, and you don't have to call me Charlie Pride, and you don't have to call me Merle Haggard anymore, even though you're on my fighting side. And I'll hang around as long as you will let. And I never minded standing in the rain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. Well, I've heard my name.
His name is Parker Saunier, and here's more from the 16-year-old singer-songwriter out of Lake Charles.
Now I just try to, create, make people say, oh, look at that guy, he's playing this song that I love, Maybe later I want to play something that they don't know, but they still like, that I wrote. That I think that's really cool too.
You play country, and I noticed you have a lot of baby boomer music. I call it because it's from my generation, 70s rock and 80s rock. So what's your favorite genre? Because I know you play a little country too.
I do like country. Honestly, I like the old school country. I feel like not really old.
Traditional.
Yes. I'd say like my favorite is Glenn Campbell. Glenn Campbell's like my hero. Johnny Cash is great too. Hank Williams, he was older, but But I think 90s rock is where I like to play the most.
Yeah.
That's my area right there.
I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. Nobody loves no one. Thank you.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
What's your name? It's made to love you.
I mean, way before Brooks and Dunn, you guys were the duo, the country duo.
Yeah. We've been. We will celebrate our 50th anniversary next year. Technically, we cut Let Your Love Flow in the fall of '75.
Yeah.
And it became a big hit, like in the spring of '76. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do some new projects next year for our 50th anniversary and some things. But yeah, it's going to be 50 anniversary.
And you're still doing about a couple hundred shows a year?
Well, we're doing about 100.
Always slowed down.
Slow down a little bit. You're not home much, are you?
No, we're not.
Not too much.
About 140 last year.
Yeah. And you're still going overseas a lot because you guys are huge in Europe, in the UK, and Switzerland, I think, and places like that.
We have played in 72 countries.
Wow. What a 50 years, you know? Most of us have never been outside of West Texas or Southeast Texas.
Well, we know what that's like too. We were, our mid to late 20s when all this started.
Yeah.
So that's when we started traveling. But before then, we had never traveled a whole lot.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
The Texas honky tonk. There's no place like home.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, steak night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk Texas and Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been?
We are World Gym. Let's rock.
Since Tina Bean started 5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur over 24 years ago, it's always been a friendly neighborhood store, kind of like the general store of the good old days.
I think so. I try to be like it used to be. When I was young, going to feed stores and everything, it's, when people come in here, I want them to feel like they're walking into my house, where they feel welcome. So we try to keep it like that.
5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth connection. King's Country is streaming worldwide on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. It rules. Howdy, folks. Jim King of the TV and radio here. I have another lovely new Nashville talent with me today. It's Honor, currently residing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but she just did a great country rendition of Midnight Train to Georgia. You know that old Gladys Knight and the Pips song? You guys crushed it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It was such a fun song to really dive into and get to record.
Why Midnight Train to Georgia?
So the song, it's actually a really cool history. My producer and I love to dive into the history behind songs, and this was actually his favorite song. And so when we were researching this song, we found out that it was originally written by Jim Weatherly as a country song, and he was hoping to get a cut from someone like Glenn Campbell, but it was actually picked up by Cissy Houston, Whitney Houston's mother, and then later on picked up by Gladys Knight, who said the song was originally written as Midnight Plane to Houston, but Gladys said, I don't take planes, I take trains, and I'm going to Georgia. And so they cut the song as Midnight Train to Georgia. And so it was such a cool history of the song, and we had the vision of bringing it back to its country roots by adding a little Nashville flair to the cut.
It's a wonderful rendition, and you did it at Sweet Song Studios Music Row. Is that where you filmed it?
Yes, so we wanted to really give the audience a glimpse into what goes into recording a song, especially because at Sweet Song Nashville, we use the analog systems and no vocal tuning or auto tuning. And so we work with legendary musicians, and what you play and what you sing is what you get out of it. And so we really wanted to give that behind the scenes look into the creation of the song.
Well, tell us about the musicians in the video. Are those house musicians at Sweet Song Studios?
So these are actually world-renowned legendary musicians that I've had the honor of having on all of my songs so far. And they're incredible individuals who have played on everybody from George Jones to Luke Bryan to Dolly Parton. And so they're just incredible musicians, and each one of them in their own right is truly legendary.
Here comes Sweet Song Nashville recording artist Honor with Midnight Train to Georgia as our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week.
Much for the man. So he's leaving the land he's come to know. Said he's going back to find. What's left of his world. The world he left behind not so long. To a simpler place in time. I'll be with him on that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. But he sure found out the hard way that dreams don't always come true. Oh no, so he pawned on his hopes, and he even sold his old car. What a one way to get back to the life he once knew. Oh yes he did, he said he would. He's going back to find a simpler place in time. Oh yeah, gotta be with him on that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine.
Escape to Jackson Hill Park and Marina at Lake Sam Rayburn. Your lakeside paradise awaits. Enjoy premier boating, fishing and picturesque views. Then unwind in our cozy cabins and savor delicious dishes at our on-site restaurant with full bar. Plus, join us for periodic special concert events where live music brings our community together under the stars. Create unforgettable memories at Jackson Hill Park and Marina. Visit us today and let your adventure begin. Coming up next, singer-songwriter Frank Martin Gilligan will be in the Royal Spotlight.
King of the road.
Working hard from the sun up to the sundown. They can build it tall, they can tear it on down. They got the know-how, but you got the money.
At Texas Construction Resources, our main line of work, residential house pads and ponds, crushed concrete laydown yards, demolition work, land clearing, and anything that we can push as far as dirt, site prep, that's going to be our main focus.
Hands of a working man built this town. Clear this timber and plow this ground.
World Gym. Let's rock.
One of these days I'm gonna stop my dreaming. It'll be done whenever they all come true. All my planning, all of my scheming, it'll be over whenever I find you. One of these days I'm gonna find my treasure. It's gonna feel just like my ship's coming. I'm gonna love you, love you, love you without measure. Still I am waiting, wondering where you've been. I know you might be out there standing at the end of a bridge that I have burned. I ain't guessing, I ain't gambling, no. Why leaving any stone unturned, yeah. One of these days I'm gonna wake up smiling. You're gonna be here lying right next to me. I know you're out there for the finding. It's gonna happen, baby, just wait and see. It's gonna happen, baby.